Welcome back. We're talking about the verb, and there's one more tense that I want to discuss. Once I had watered the plants, I made a cup of tea. Can you find the finite verbs? Had watered and made. Now you should be able to see that there's a difference here. Let's start with made. What tense are we in? I made a cup of tea. It's the past tense. But what do you notice about this tense here? It has had plus the rest of the verb. So it's not just I watered the plants. I watered the plants would be the past tense, but it's once I had watered the plants. So you should see that what we've got is we've got two things that happened in the past, two events in the past, but one was finished before the other one started. So one is finished before two. So let's have a look at this. What are the two things that happened in the past? I watered the plants and I made a cup of tea. There are the two things. Which one was finished before the other one happened? This one was finished and then this one happened. So how do we use this tense? We use this tense to show two things finished in the past, but one was finished first and then the other one was finished. We call this tense the past perfect tense. How do we recognize it? Had plus the verb. How do we use it? Two things, one finished before the other one. Let's try another one. The player had scored a goal before he was substituted. Finite verbs. Had scored, was substituted. Both things happened in the past. Which one happened first? The goal. He scored the goal, and then what happened to this poor guy? I've got to stop. This has fallen out. Can I just put this back, please? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. And then what happened? He was substituted, poor man. This one has had plus the rest of the verb to show you that that happened first. After we had watched the movie, we went for a cup of coffee. Find the finite verbs. Had watched, went. Two things that happened in the past. Watched a movie, went for a cup of coffee. Which one happened first? This one. It was finished before this one. So this verb has had watched. So don't write after we watched the movie, we went for a cup of coffee. Show me this thing was finished first, then this happened. Use the past perfect tense. Angry protesters fought police in the streets. Rocks were strewn across the streets. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Colbert, just ignore that. Let's move on. I now want to look at something which we call chronological order. Chronological order is the order in which events happen in time. Chronos is the Greek word for time. So chronological order is this happens, then this, then this, then this, then this. Let's look at this. I was worried. I was shaking. My heart was racing. He was standing right in front of my chair. "And you, sir, where is your homework?" he asked in his rather intimidating voice. My English teacher, large, masculine, and intelligent. He's a great teacher and highly respected. I want you to see what's going on in these two paragraphs. Start with the verbs. I was worried. There's your first verb. I was shaking. My heart was racing. He was standing right in front of my chair. "And you, sir, where is your homework?" he asked. What tense are we in? We are in the past tense. This is the past continuous, so is that. The rest is in the past tense. Then what happens in the next paragraph? My English teacher, large, masculine and intelligent. There's no verb there at all. What did we call this? We called it a fragment. It's a piece of a sentence. Will I forgive that fragment? Yes, I will actually. The rest of it is written very well. I don't mind that the student has left out the verb here. He's a great teacher and highly respected. He is a great teacher. What tense? We're in the present tense. Now, how does that happen? We said you shouldn't shift tenses. You mustn't change from past to present. But I also said you mustn't change without a reason. And this student has a reason. Why? This is the story. But this is telling us about what the teacher is always like. The teacher is still his English teacher. He is still a great teacher and highly respected. So I need you to see that you can shift tenses if the story requires it. You can go past to present or past to future or present to future. But you must always have a reason. We continue looking at the verb in the next segment.